How should I invest my first $1,000? I often get asked this question. Should it be in real estate, in index funds, individual stocks, metals, crypto? There are a million different things you can choose. So in this video, I'm putting myself where I was 5 years ago and breaking down exactly how I would go about investing $1,000 if I was starting from scratch today. The first I is for insights. The first step in getting anywhere is first understanding and being aware of where you are right now. It sounds so simple and obvious, but as Tony Robbins says, self-awareness is in fact one of the rarest human commodities. And when it comes to money, we all have our own patterns and habits that shape our financial situation. And we want to first understand what those patterns and habits are, and then figure out which aspects of our financial life from those patterns and habits need our attention first. Maybe you feel like you're not earning enough money, or maybe you feel like you are earning enough, but you don't know what to do with it. You don't know how to manage it. Or maybe you feel like you don't know how to repay your debt and it's holding you back. We should take the time to really understand what's holding us back and what's keeping us in the same place year after year. And then by doing this, we can come up with a solid plan to then address those specific challenges. Investing at its core is about committing resources to achieve future benefits. So before we can start making smart investment decisions, we need to take a step back, look at our current position and identify what's holding us back. Then we can create a plan to invest our money in the areas where we can reap the future benefits that will have the most significant impact to our lives. Number 2, new skills and business. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, most people earn their hard-earned money on accommodation, food, transportation, and then 10% on leisure, and only 1 to 2% of their net income in personal development. This means things like education, training, courses, books. It's one of the best ways you can invest $1,000, but it's also the most neglected because people don't think of the long-term benefits when you're investing in something that's not necessarily tangible. For example, let's say you're currently making $50,000 a year. You decide to invest $1,000 in courses that teaches you a new skill that's in high demand in your industry. After completing the course, you get to negotiate a raise or a better paying job that increases your income to $60,000 a year. That's a 20% increase in income, a return that's very difficult to get anywhere else. Investing in yourself means taking time and money to develop your skills and learn new skills like selling, like content creation, like money management, things that you want to hone or skills that you want to hone, but you don't know how to. You might even consider hiring a coach, a mentor, investing in equipment that'll help in your career or your business. When you invest in yourself, you're essentially increasing your earning potential and creating more opportunities for yourself. Number 3, value. And this means things that you value, not anyone else, things that you understand, things that align with your investment strategies. Definitely don't invest in something just because it's what everyone else is doing and just because it's what everyone else is investing in. If your friend is investing $1,000 in crypto, but you have $5,000 of credit card debt, you're in 2 very different positions. And the value of that $1,000 is also very different. So whilst it may be a good idea for them, you are probably way better off using that $1,000 to pay off your credit card debt. So think about how you want to spend your time, your money, your energy, and make sure that it aligns to your values. It may be that you value having less stress and don't mind a low return for the sake of less risk. And you also don't want to spend too much time having to worry about your money. In that case, maybe index funds or target date funds are a good option for you. Or maybe you don't mind taking big risks. You don't mind taking big risks in exchange for a big reward. And you have a lot of disposable income that you don't mind losing. Then maybe angel investing or more riskier investments are for you. Understand your risk appetite and invest in things that align to your values. Number 4, experiences. You've probably heard countless times that you should spend on experiences rather than on things. And there have been countless studies which discover the science behind why spending money on experiences does in fact lead to greater happiness than buying material possessions. And it comes down to 3 key reasons. The first is because of something called hedonic adaptation. It's basically the idea that the happiness boost we get from buying something new is temporary. And we eventually will always return to our baseline happiness level. Think about getting a new bag, for example. You will love it at first, and then the novelty eventually wears off and you're eyeing the next one. On the other hand, experiences can keep making us happy through memories and through emotions, even when they're over. It's an everlasting feeling. The second reason is that we don't usually compare our experiences to others. Material possessions often signal our status and success, but experiences are very unique. They're very personal. So we don't fall into the comparison trap as easily. Thirdly, experiences tend to be shared with other people, and that means forming social connections and bonding. Material possessions, on the other hand, are often enjoyed by yourself. Number 5, solutions. Think about the problem you're having. Where are you right now? Where do you want to be? And what is stopping you from getting there? Part of this comes down to the insight point that we spoke about earlier in the awareness piece. So it involves understanding where you are, where you want to be, and removing any obstacles that will stop you from getting there. 2 months ago, I felt like I was spending a lot of my free time creating content that I didn't have any room or capacity to focus on anything else. I couldn't create a website. I couldn't reply to a load of emails I was getting. Day after day, I felt like I was doing the same thing, but not moving any closer towards my bigger goals. And the solution was getting more people on board and outsourcing more things, and also getting an amazing virtual assistant who has helped me tackle things that were stopping me from getting to the next stage. The same thing applies to money. What is the thing that is keeping you where you are and in the same place? Is it not making enough money? Is it not having the skills to get you to the next stage in your career? You want to think about the reoccurring problem that keeps holding you back, and then find a solution or learn the things you need to get to the next stage. Bridge the gap. Number 6, travel. A study found that frequent travel can improve cognitive flexibility and creativity. And the study surveyed 100 professionals, and they found that those that traveled more and more frequently had higher levels of cognitive flexibility, and they were able to generate new ideas and solve problems better. This doesn't mean spending a lot of money. It doesn't mean having to travel abroad or going very far. It just means getting out of your own space, going to the park, going and working from somewhere different, just getting out of your usual environment. This has helped me so much. One day a week, I'll work from somewhere new. It could be the cafe, it can be from my parents' home, it could be changing out my office a little bit or changing some of the furniture. This will give you a break from your usual routine, and changing things up and making your day-to-day feel like a bit of an adventure in itself will make you feel so much more motivated. When people think or speak about investing, they usually just think of 2 things: the stock market or real estate. What we don't think about are the other things we can invest in: business, self-development, education, and very often investing in this outpaces the return you get from the stock market. Which brings me to the sponsor of today's video, who I am so excited to be working with, because I am a big fan of anything that can take complicated information and explain it simply. And Brilliant.org does just that. It's a super good online education platform that has courses in maths, in data analysis, in computer science, in programming, a lot of different things that are foundational to your learning, whatever field you're in. From a self-employed point of view, one of my favorite courses is the one on data analysis. The lessons help you grasp a solid understanding of how to read data, how to understand data, how to analyze data. And then there are interactive exercises that can show you how you can use that knowledge to improve your business, to think strategically and increase your revenue. And another course that I've just started is the Programming with Python course, to have a basic understanding in one of the most in-demand programming languages. If you're looking to improve your skills and land a job in the tech industry, then this is one of the key skills you can learn. Honestly, I never thought I'd be able to learn anything or understand anything programming related, but Brilliant has managed to make something that is pretty complex, in my opinion, into something that is very engaging and digestible. If you want to check it out, you can get a free 30-day trial using my link below. Brilliant.org/Nischa. You can play around, have a look at all the different courses, try them out. And if you do enjoy it and you do want to continue, then the first 200 people that sign up using my link below also get 20% off of their subscription. Thanks for watching. If you like this video and you want ideas on what you can cut back on to save your first $1,000 even quicker, then you may enjoy this video that I have somewhere here on things I no longer buy, or you may like another video that I'll also link up here somewhere on different passive income ideas to get you to that $1,000 mark even quicker.